You know what the Rivian vehicles are missing? Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Now, this is something that I've seen a lot of discourse on the Rivian forums, and Alex from EVplay came with a solution. We're going to be talking about it today. We're going to do an unboxing, we're going to do installation, and we're going to do a setup and walkthrough. Check it out, see what it's about. If you're here for that, going to roll this intro. We'll jump into the video. We're going to start with the unboxing. My name is Connor, and this is where the informal tech reviews live. Okay, we're back. You can see right here, this is EVplay.io. That's the website where you can pre-order this item. Now, I recently purchased it. It's going to be $3.99, and there is a subscription. The subscription is not mandatory. You can get it if you want to support the developers and get some of the new updates that are going to be coming out. It's totally up to you. But EVplay is basically an Android OS that runs the Apple Car Kit program to be able to connect as Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Now you'll see once I get into the testing section that is not my favorite part of the device. It is awesome. It's a very cool feature, but it doesn't run quite as smoothly as I would like it to. Now there may be some optimizations that I'm missing, but I'm going to look into it a little bit more and keep playing around with it. But my favorite thing by far is that you have just a native Android operating system that you can use. You can use normal Android apps, and it's amazing. And it also does sense when you put your vehicle into reverse to switch back to the actual Rivian screen. There's literally a button that you hook up to switch back and forth between the main Rivian stuff and the EVplay stuff, because the EVplay stuff can't control everything that the Rivian does, and the Rivian is still where the sound is going to be coming from. That's still where your HVAC is and your cameras, things like that. So you need access to it, but you get to it with a click of a button, and it's super simple. Now let's look at the website a little bit. And you can see you got the pre-order now page. It's $99 to put your pre-order deposit down, and you can see some information in here. Now it doesn't look exactly like this. These were made probably when it was still in development, but it's basically a little black box that goes into your dash. You unplug one cable, two cables, and you hook it up to power, and you're ready to roll. It does talk about the subscription fee on here, which has software updates, customer support, new features, access to the community forum, and your first month is waived. Now that's pretty much it on the website. There are a few videos in here if you don't want to watch this one and do the install. I'm sure Alex's are put together a little bit better, but yeah, here's the unboxing video. So if you want to check those out, those are available on the EVplay website or the EVplay channel. Definitely check those out. Shout out to Alex for making this awesome product. And I do want to mention that Alex is not a part of like a massive company that's running this. He's definitely a single dude, maybe a couple small team, who's just putting together an awesome product and bringing it to market. So it's not going to be perfect. Definitely you have to bear that in mind, but it's something that I already am in love with, and it's probably my favorite Rivian accessory purchase ever. Now I'm going to stop rambling and we're going to jump into that unboxing. Here we go. Okay, so right away you got this one piece of tape holding it closed. Pop it open, you're greeted with your orange navigation symbol for EVplay, and then you have the actual device. The device looks like it has one piece connected for the CAN bus, and then you get your display switch and the fuse taps. This little bag looks like it's for the accessories. Here's a microphone. Now, when I was actually unboxing this, you can see there was the box besides this, but when I pop this open, there's actually the keyboard and a couple other items in here. But when I tossed this bag, I didn't grab the Wi-Fi dongle. So make sure you go in here to get the Wi-Fi dongle, because that's super important. You're gonna need it. But you pop this open, you got the keyboard, usual books and stuff to get the keyboard set up. Now this keyboard, if you open it up, does have a dongle to use 2.4 gigahertz connectivity. And then I'll just clean this up a little bit, take a good look at it, the EVplay device, and usual books. All right. Okay, we're about ready to install the EVplay kit, and if you watched my dash cam video, you'll know that you'll need to pull out some T25 screws to get into this area. The EVplay kit did come with a little screw thing for you to use. I'm not going to use that because these are a little long and, you know, just want to knock it out quickly. So, I'm going to scoot my seat back. I'm going to come in here. Hopefully you guys can see a little better in this video. Because in this one I'm using my Ray-Bans, and the other one I use the Rainio X2s, and I know the vision angle is a little bit more on these ones. So, pop the screw out. Pop that screw out. And then we remember that this just pulls down. And then there's this one, which we also need to take out. And the easiest way there is to just lift this out and pull up. Then we get that out of the way. From there, I already have my fuse taps in from the dash cam. Ouch. So I think what I'll do is tap into those taps. Now that's probably not the best advice, so if you want to do something else, I'm not going to fault you for that for sure. Ouch, I keep bonking my head. Now the yellow goes to this one. This is the switched over here. So 50, 25, 10, 10, and there. So I'm gonna pull this out. You'll want something to help make pulling your fuses easier. When I pulled the original ones out, I used some needle nose pliers. But for this one, I'm gonna tap into the tap like that, and then I'll throw this one in here. Now, I'm not a mechanic or anything, so don't take my advice when it comes to these fuses, but that's how I'm gonna run it. And then the constant one comes over here, and I'll do the same thing. Pop this in, pop this in, and then put this back. So now we have the power wired up for this piece, and then we need these ones next. Okay, switch to the phone cam for this part, just so we can see where the piece you need to push on is. So look at this green one, and you see where it's got that blue? What you need to do is find a piece that you can kind of use to wiggle in there and push on that tab, and then pull it. But we have to do it for the black one above it, and it's even harder to see. Especially because I got that cable in the way from my last install. But that's what you have to do. We're back with the head cam, and I'm just going to push these dash cam wires and stuff out of the way. Get up in here. Boom. Okay, so left hand went up here, found it. This pushed on it. This is a 3/32 drill bit to drill holes, but it's pokey enough to get in there. So got it disconnected, and then I need to try to fish it out from inside here. Okay, got it out. Next. So you see this has like the 4, but it looks kind of female type. So that'll connect in here. And then this goes to the actual EVplay device, which I have here. And that kind of like hijacks the image, I'm guessing. And then from there, you would connect this one in here. Boop. And then this gets hooked back up into that one. Okay. So the trick for reconnection for me was to recognize that these wires over here, this bundle, can move pretty far. And you're able to get your hand up in there pretty deep. And you're going to need it because there's not a lot of space there, and you have to turn it and get everything set up. So definitely reach in there and get that all the way in. Make sure it's snug. Give it a pull. Make sure it's not going to pop back out. And then you're off to the races. Okay, next is the CAN bus connector, and it lives over here, but you're able to disconnect it from here. And what you need to do is pull the red piece all the way up, and then I use the tool that came with it to push this tab down, because it goes down a little farther than it feels like. But once you push it all the way down, it slides off real easy. And from there, you're able to just connect this. Boop. And you're in. That's all the connections. And then we need to bring the power one in, which I routed out this way. And we'll hook up the power. Boop. Okay. Now we got everything hooked up. The truck just got woke up. You can see the fan going. The lights flickering. And it's ready to go. So from there, I'm gonna need to find my little piece. And this probably needs paired first, but I guess let me see. Nope, it's already paired. Straight out of the box, flipped over, and now we're into EVplay. Before I get to playing with that though, I'm gonna need to find a good place to mount this. So what I've been doing with most of my other mounts is coming up into here and then using this area. So watch my other video if you need to see how to take that off, but these are just clips, they all come off. And then there's a ton of space right in here. And so what I'm gonna do is pull these down a little bit and find a good spot for EVplay to sit. Now I may need to run the wires up through here first, but I think I can probably zip tie it to this and call that good. Okay, so I pushed all the wires up and through here. I'm gonna reconnect them. And then I gotta reconnect the CAN bus wire. Make sure to put the lock on. And then I'm gonna zip tie it like this. Then it should have plenty of room, plenty of airflow. It should be okay. The package did come with some zip ties, but I just happen to have some that I think might be a little bit longer. So I'm gonna use those. But I need to push this up over this, bend it down to grab it. Okay, my glasses died, but I'm also gonna need the microphone. And then I believe there was a Wi-Fi dongle in here somewhere. I'll have to find that. So for this part, I'm gonna route it up in here, and then I'm gonna use my trim tool. This one actually came with my dash cam to run up in here and route it that way. But I don't have my headset cam anymore because my glasses died, so I'm gonna do it and then I'll come back. Okay, a couple important notes. This keyboard, inside its back, had a little dongle, a 2.4 gigahertz dongle to connect it to EVbase. I don't think it's necessary, but it's a nice addition, especially at the price point. And then this was inside the black bag, and it's for the Wi-Fi. I had no idea it was in there, but I got everything set up, and then I realized there was no Wi-Fi. So you'll want to grab it out of the bag, don't throw it away, and hook it up. From there, you should have Wi-Fi. Now, I did get it hooked up in there, ran the microphone up this way, around here, across there, and right there. That's the microphone. The button here was already paired to it, so I didn't have to do anything except for wait a little bit and turn it on. So you hit the button, whoop, and there it goes. Still have to find a good place to install that, but here, let me. And then yeah, basically we're in an Android system. I just hooked up the Wi-Fi dongle, so let me see if the networks will work now. Internet, Wi-Fi on. Come into the Wi-Fi. Okay, so I did have to reboot after plugging it in. Just connecting it and then looking for internet did not work. But once I rebooted it, it was then able to find Wi-Fi networks. So if you run into that issue, make sure to reboot it. I just went to the pull-down menu for the notification tab and hit power and then reboot. Took a little bit, but once it came back, it's good to go. Okay, so I connected to Wi-Fi, got that ready. So let's go see if we can't set it up. Okay, so let's see how this thing works. Go to EVplay, and so then I'll probably need to use this to log in. So we logged in. It gives you some options in here. You can check for updates. You can switch your source with this button to get back to the Rivian stuff. But the only way I think to get into EVplay itself is to use the button. You can reset your Apple Android Auto or Apple CarPlay from there. And you do have Play Store. So you'll have to sign in to get any of your Play Store apps downloaded. But, okay, so I had to connect to the device. It was an AutoKit Bluetooth thing. I had to connect via Bluetooth. So now you can see Android Auto did kick on. I'm going to want to probably adjust this, I think. Because, yeah, it works, but it's a little choppy. And that may be because I just upped the resolution. So let me go ahead and disconnect. Okay, so Android Auto, it works. I'll say it that way. I'm not overly impressed with the speed of it, and maybe that could be a setting that I'm messing with. If I find some awesome settings to go with, I'll definitely adjust this and put an update. But you can see if I click YouTube Music, it takes a second and it's just a little stuttery, which is not like the end of the world, you know. But okay, so the way it's gonna play your music and stuff is when you're in here, you leave your phone connected to the Rivian. Now I can't really show it because when I'm recording on my phone, it's not gonna play the audio through the Rivian, but you keep the phone connected to the Rivian and then play through Android Auto, and it'll play from your phone through the Rivian speakers. Now you can connect EVplay itself to the Rivian, which I did, and that'll most likely be for if you're in the Android apps. So if I came over to YouTube and I wanted to play a YouTube video, that's most likely where I would hear that sound. Okay, now I did log into Google. Oh man, I will need to switch to my main Google account because that's where my YouTube Premium is. Okay, well, in the meantime, let's search for me. Informal Tech. There we go. And then I guess we'll do this one.
If you like strange sounds, TikTok
there we
has
go.
a whole ASMR universe.
Yeah, that's way better.
Hey YouTube, my name is Connor, and today we're going to be talking about the Rivian Air 3S. These are the latest iteration of...
Okay, yeah, watching videos on here is much better than I imagine it would be on the Android Auto because that was very choppy. So I would probably recommend using the native Android apps. That's where I was going to go anyway, but I definitely need to log in. Now, obviously, the tester is going to be throw it into drive and hit go. And yeah, okay, so it does allow you to still use stuff while you're driving. Don't recommend it, but looks like that's an option. Here, let me go test it on a real drive. Okay, so I will say it does let you do it while you're driving, at least at the speeds that I'm testing it at right now, just in the neighborhood. It looks like, yeah, I'm hitting 22, 23 miles an hour, so I don't know if there's like a hard limit in here somewhere. Definitely going to keep testing it out, but you know, I mean, I like having the ability to be able to do it. Not saying that I would, but having the ability is nice. No other real apps kind of loaded, which is nice. Just kind of have it ready to go. I'd probably put Google Photos on here, a couple other things, make sure I'm logged in. I wonder what Lightning is. Looks like it's a browser. I'll probably end up getting, it does have Chrome. All right, I think that's about it. So, all right, that's the final product. Put the microphone up there, ran the wires in here, everything's all tidied back up, looks good. All right, that's EVplay. This is honestly my favorite product that I've purchased for my Rivian, and it is one of the more expensive ones, not the most expensive one, but I think for the value that you're getting, you're basically getting a phone, right, that has a screen, or I guess it'd be more like a tablet. So you're basically creating a tablet on your Rivian display that you can switch back and forth between your actual Rivian screen and this one. I can't promise that it's going to be supported forever. Like we mentioned before, this is a small team of people who plan to support the product, and everything that I've seen seems like they have good intentions, but it's sort of a crowdfunded, it's definitely not you're not buying from Walmart. Now that's something you want to keep in mind, but so far my experience has been great. They're very communicative and everything has been pretty smooth. Now, the one thing that I did want to touch on before I let you guys go is kind of the backstory for EVplay. Now, I've just pieced it together from being on the Rivian forum. If you're not there, definitely jump in. Shout out to the Reddit squad. But what I've learned is it seems like Alex was involved in some sort of accident or incident, something that involved distracted driving. And so EVplay was born as an idea to sort of curb that, at least within Rivians, right? So you're going to be messing with your screen a little bit. You're going to use your Android Auto, your Apple CarPlay, instead of fumbling with your phone and looking down. It's going to keep you from taking your eyes off the road too much, and hopefully, maybe it could save somebody. Maybe save one or two people. I'm sure that would be enough for Alex. But shout out to Alex. Definitely appreciate it. I know that not everyone's going to use it in the way that it was intended, but we like to have the options, and I appreciate you not entirely locking everything down. Again, we appreciate everybody watching. My name is Connor. This was Informal Tech. If you liked the video, hit subscribe, hit the like button, come back, join us. We have lots of Rivian videos. Feel free to check out the Camp Kitchen video that we made. There's some other reviews, and we have one from Han Show coming up soon. So stick around. Again, this was Informal Tech. We appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.